Afghanistan.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज
So,
दोस्तों कल जम्मू परिवर्तन में आज
Pakistan,
मिले
he knew
दोस्तों
the cause. Pakistan
आज
was a
election day है
state
जम्मू
based
कश्मीर
on
का।
religion, and he knew that his subjects were secular minded, and they will be very happy and prosperous in secular India. Therefore, his decision to accede to India was perfectly right.
Jammu and Kashmir, it became a part of India, but it didn't happen easily. To annex it militarily, Pakistan attacked Kashmir on 22nd October 1947.
When Muzaffarabad was attacked suddenly on 22nd October, Pakistani captured Muzaffarabad without much fight because it was a total surprise. And on 23rd, they moved on to Srinagar.
When the raiders were knocking on the gates of Srinagar, we had 4 JNK rifles. One of the best battalions of the state forces was in Dovel. And it had 2 companies of Muslims and 2 companies of Dogras. And they had 5 military crosses fighting against the Japanese in Burma. And that was guarding the main gateway, the doorway to Srinagar. This was where they had subverted the Muslim component and they had with treachery killed their own comrade, and suddenly the way to Srinagar lay open. There was nothing in between. All the state forces battalions had been stretched from Skardu down till Jammu and Cham and Jodia. You see, they were all spread out by pinprick attacks as part of the deliberate design. This is the time at which when the road to Srinagar lay wide open, Maharaja Hari Singh called his chief of army staff, Brigadier Rajinder Singh, and told him to stop the raiders at all cost. Now, he was the chief of the army staff of the JNK state forces. He could have easily called a colonel, a brigadier, a major, a captain, and told them to go and carry out the orders. But true to the man, he went himself with about 250 men that he could gather from the garrison in Srinagar, all these batmen, etc. He sort of brought them together, created a column, and he went forth. One of the greatest things he did was he blew up the Ui bridge. And because this bridge was blown up, the 500 trucks that we pursued Pathan tribesmen were getting to carry away the loot and the women for sale in the markets of Bukhara and Kabul and all that ready places. What a way of liberation. You see, they stopped and they had to wait. 48 hours delay was imposed on the raiders. And then the raiders tried to cut him behind, so he fought a rearguard action, a delaying action. Because he knew if he had tried to take a stand anywhere, they would have simply bypassed him and gone through. Right? So he fought a delaying action after action after action until they put a cut behind him, put a roadblock behind him, and in that roadblock he was ambushed and he was hit. He came out with a machine gun. They were wanting to evacuate him. He said, "I'm done for. Don't worry about me. Give me a machine gun. I'll hold them off as long as possible. You get back and tell Srinagar that this has happened." And that was the last scene of Brigadier Rajinder Singh.
From 23rd to 27th of morning, when he was lost, ambushed near Bunyad and died heroically fighting virtually to the last man with his pistol in his own hand. But by that time he had done his duty. He had given 4 days to Maharaja Hari Singh to accede to India and also protected the Srinagar airfield where the Indian army landed barely 6 hours after his death at night, 2 o'clock on the night 26-27. That's how he saved the state. He enabled Maharaja Hari Singh to accede to India, then Indian army to land and reach Baramulla 27th, 10 o'clock. So this is the contribution of Rajinder Singh, who was given the first Gazette Award of Independent India Mahagir Chakra. With him, many other Dora soldiers also lost their lives, but they gave their best and achieved a miracle. And it's a world record, nowhere in the world history. Chief of Staff of an independent country, the Commander-in-Chief of the country, had gone with 100 men, fought for 4 days and achieved the aim, saved the state which today is part of India as Crown of India.
But the question remains, why Maharaja Hari Singh delayed the accession?
When British decided to partition India into 2 countries, Pakistan being a Muslim state, it was a problem for Maharaja Hari Singh because his state had 75% Muslims, and even Muslims were not ready to join any of the 2. Muslim conference wanted J&K to accede to Pakistan, whereas Abdullah, the National Party, wanted to join India with some reservations, whereas Maharaja Hari Singh also thought that if there was a problem like this, the state could remain as it is independent. So these were the 3 options, and that's what took some time to decide. Because he was afraid that if he decided before 15th August, there might be an uprising. If he joined Pakistan, the others will agitate. If he joined India, the pro-Pakistanis will create a revolution. And at that time, there was nobody to help him or the state because India was burning at that time. Therefore, he thought that he would get some more time to decide. And that's how he could not join any of the dominion by 15th August.
One of the disturbing features of accession and the events related to it is the sustained stingy attitude of the historians and political commentators towards Maharaja Hari Singh. It began right from the beginning when he had to leave Srinagar for Jammu. He has himself recorded that it was on the advice of Mr. Menon, the state secretary and the right-hand man of Sardar Patel, who had been specifically sent to deal with the situation. The commentators, I don't know how they do it, what evidence they had, but a number of them, they have said that there was total confusion in Srinagar and people were running helter-skelter. And finally Maharaja Hari Singh, he left his people behind and fled to the safety of Jammu.
Jammu and Kashmir was not a state like any other princely state of India. It was unique in its size, composition and geographical location. In fact, it was an empire of various mini-states. Each state was diverse from the other in their culture, language, ethnicity, etc. So to assume that ruling J&K state was as simple as any other princely state of India would be unrealistic. Therefore, to assume that accession to India or Pakistan would be as easy as other princely states would be equally unrealistic.
The Hurriyat would have been ruling there in Jammu and Kashmir, and Maharaja Ram Singh